it's me, Jen, your pudgy picker, here at my desk with another, I almost said a haul. No, I don't have a haul. I did one the other day. Go back and check it. But yeah, I'm here about my semi-glutide journey. I am on week 29, or this is results for 29. Just to let you know, of course, a disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a healthcare professional. These videos are just me documenting my weight loss, my experiences, and all the things I say in here are my opinion. Not affiliated with, being paid by, sponsored, or in any way being compensated for what I express here on my channel about my weight loss. And I'm not advocating, encouraging, or trying to get anyone to take these medicines. They are very serious medicines, and if that's something you think you want to try or you think might work for you, talk to your doctor. Okay, that's all buttoned up. Let's do my report. This weigh-in is for week 29, which covers from January 15th to January 21st. Can you believe January is almost over? So my starting weight for this week was 222 pounds even. My ending weight was 222 pounds, 0.6. So that is for a gain of 0.6. So my overall starting weight from July 1st was 264.4, making my total loss 41.8 pounds so far. So yeah, I had a little bit of an up there. I know I ate a little bit more than I should have this past weekend. I didn't eat anything I shouldn't have had, but I did probably eat a little more than I should have. We had company over, so I ate well, but I don't know. There's really no excuse. It's not an excuse. There's a reason, but there's not an excuse. So, and it happens occasionally. I try not to get too worked up about gaining or about staying the same, because in my brain I get an all or nothing kind of thing going on, and it's not good for me. So I can have one bad thing to eat. This is my mentality. This is not what I did. If I have something I shouldn't, or more of something that I'm allowed to have, I have to stop myself there. I don't let one bad food turn into a bad meal, turn into a bad day, a bad week, a bad month. I can snowball in that way and have in the past. This is the longest I've been on a weight loss journey that I have lost weight consistently and that I'm keeping to. So things come up, things happen. So I know that when those things happen, it's my reaction to them that really ultimately matters at the end of the day. So I'm not too worried. Okay? I'm not too worried. So the dosing has slightly changed. It was, 0.2, what was it? 0.5, 1, 1.25, 1.5, and now the dosing has been changed with the last prescription I got filled. So I wrote it down. I mean, I'm not going to show it to you because it doesn't really make any difference. But if you start getting it now, you're going to just see that dosing and say, oh, that's just what I'm supposed to take. So I was prescribed the 1 milligram, which ends up being 0.88. Now before I was taking 0.5, then she bumped me up to 1, and I went to 0.75. So I'm basically at 0.66 in the new way of doing it. I know this makes no sense, and when I say it out loud, I realize it doesn't make much sense, but that's where we're at. The shot doctor that I talked to yesterday knows that I'm going a little bit lower of a dose, so, I mean, she's okay with that. I just know with the amount of side effects I'm having now, if I were to go up or to stay at that 1, I would be in bad shape, and I can't do that. It's been very difficult recently, just feeling nauseous all the time. And it's not that it's really bad all the time. It's like this low level of, and then I have every once in a while I get the, this is not good. It's, I don't know. it's hard because this morning I was just so bloated, and I've mentioned this before, and I don't know if this is something that if you've lost weight, you've experienced, but on the medicines, that is, I'm taking the medicines and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Now, before I took the meds, you would eat right, you wouldn't be bloated, you wouldn't get a tummy ache, you wouldn't have egg burps, you wouldn't have a lot of gas. You'd be like, I'm eating what I'm supposed to, so my body's acting a certain way. I felt good. I didn't feel bloated. I didn't feel uncomfortable. Now, the only way I would feel that way is if I wasn't eating right. Now, come the medicine, I feel those things like I'm not eating right. So, but I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. It's confusing. It is a mind game, basically, that I'm doing everything I should, but I'm bloated. I have gas. I feel nauseous. I have egg burps occasionally. It's very difficult. So I don't ever want you to think that on this journey it's all about, yay, everything's great. I mean, there is a trade-off with this medicine, and I don't feel good. I don't feel at my best 75% of the time. I know that sounds terrible. So it's a little bit of a trade-off. You're making strides, you're losing weight, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing to get your health in order, but you're not going to feel good. Now, to some varying degree, some people are like, wow, I feel great, I have no problems, I have a little bit of nausea and then it's gone and everything's great, I don't have any bloating, and it's like, and then other people are like, I haven't pooped in 3 days, what am I going to do? I'm in one of the support groups for the GLP-1 medicine, and it's hard. I don't comment in there much because I'm the kind of person, if I have a question, I research it, I do the legwork, I look it up, I ask a doctor, I ask another doctor. I'm the kind of person that explores and reads and tries to understand. I'm not one, especially at my age, to be like, well, you give me this magic thing and I take it and I don't know how it works and I don't know what to look out for, but I'm losing weight, everything's great. I think the older you get, the more you are like, okay, I take this med, what is it doing? How should I feel? When should I be concerned about how I'm feeling? So I have all those things in mind, and this, I'm gonna try not to be too wordy in this, but I know I try to do the numbers up front. So if you're just here for the numbers, I get it. But there are times when this is not really fun. And I know there's so many people doing this now, and even like Weight Watchers, and there's Mochi, there's Hers, there's tons and tons and tons of different places that are now prescribing this medication. And I fear that there are going to be a lot of side effects and a lot of like negative, bad, side effects with people because they don't understand what they're taking. They don't know exactly what it's doing. They don't know what to look out for. Like, oh, if this or this or this happens, then you should be concerned that you're going to head for a bigger problem. I think people are just taking them and just running with it. Not drinking their water, then they get constipated, then they're, oh no, and then you could get pancreatitis, you could have part of your colon die. I mean, these are serious, consequences of not knowing what it's doing and not being aware of those things. So I've done my research. I'm a very thorough person. I like to investigate and understand and ask lots of questions. That's who I am. I'm just a very curious person. And I'm injecting something literally into my body, and I want to make sure that what I'm doing is the best thing for me, the safest thing for me. And that's why I try to be dead honest here when I talk about the side effects and the different things I'm going through, because it's not all sunshine and lollipops. It's great to look up pictures and, here's my before and look at me now. And it's like, that's great and that's wonderful and all that stuff, but there are potholes on this road that you need to be aware of. So anybody who decides to take this on or decides they want to try this, educate yourself, do more than what you think is necessary to understand what the medicine is doing, what you should be looking out for, what concerns you should have if things arise. Okay. I was thirsty and I had another egg burp and I didn't want to subject you to that. So I guess my little soapbox that I got on today was just be careful, understand what you're taking. The doctor I have now took over from a doctor that I had had since I was 18, and he retired a few years ago. He knew me so well. If we talked about anything, he'd say, okay, I'm going to give you this medication, and just follow the directions on the label, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, what does the pill look like? What milligrams are you saying I should take? How often? What exactly is this doing? What would be a side effect? I asked those things right up front. And my doctor used to say, well, it'll be on the bottle. And I'm like, no, I want you to tell me. So what you tell me is the same thing on the bottle. I'm very thorough about that. But he would laugh, and then I'd say, well, I'd say, okay, it's da 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 da. I'm like, okay, thank you. And he'd just laugh. And he'd say, you ask questions and you want to know. And a lot of people are just like, whatever, just give me the paper. I want to run out the door and do what I got to do. So, you have to have these kind of safety protocols and things. And you have to really understand what you're doing. I understand that there's really no studies on the long-term effects of these drugs. I'm very aware of that. I question and I wonder where I'm going with taking the meds. I don't want to be on these medications forever. Ideally, I would like to be on these no more than a year, but I don't know if maintenance or how that's going to go or what that's even going to look like for me. So I don't know. It's right now I'm so in work, get the weight off, we're getting the weight off, we're exercising, drinking the water, we're working. And I'm getting, as I get closer to my goal, I'm starting to wonder those things. And, the one doctor, of course, the shot doctor for Mochi told me, well, you can, and my family doctor told me, and then my new one, you can be on these meds, to some degree or another, open-ended, however long you want to be on them. But I don't know, I'm using this medication as a tool to get where I need to be and to learn what and how I should be eating along the way, so that when I get to that goal weight, that I have a better understanding of how things are going for me. And I want to try and go, wean down and go off the meds and see how I do. I don't know. I guess I just don't want to look at this as, I don't want to be nauseous the rest of my life. I'm being honest, I had to go off of the shot for a week a few weeks ago because I had a colonoscopy, and I didn't have any side effects for that week. And I really was like, I finally, at that point, I feel like I look thinner. I don't feel bloated and all those things. It's just part of the process of taking this meds, and I get it. And I'm just going to have to keep working. I keep telling myself whenever I want to have a little more of something, I'm not even really eating anything that I hate to say that I shouldn't, but I don't eat sweets. I don't eat bakery stuff. I don't eat candy. I don't have a drawing toward sweet stuff. So if I eat above my calories, I'm eating a little more of what I normally allow myself to have. So I've been telling myself when I get to feeling that way, I'm like, you're paying for these meds and you're on these meds. Maybe you should just think about, if I eat a little more, is that it's slowing me down to where I want to be. And I really don't want to, I just don't want to do that. I don't know. I feel like sometimes I get on these videos and I'm just like blah, 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 and I'm not really saying anything. So I hope you're getting something out of this. As far as my eating, I ate pretty well this week, except, like I said, for the weekend. I think That's why I threw up yesterday, is I took my shot Monday night, and then Tuesday morning I felt, ugh, and I knew I'd eaten a little more than I should have. And then when I had my shot on Monday, I had a feeling, because this is why I threw up the last time. So there's my brain. So my shot day's on Monday. So when I have weekend, I'm like, you sure you want to eat more than you should? Because you're going to pay for it. So yeah, side effects, of course, nausea. With me getting this medication from the shot doctor when I say shot doctor, I'm talking about Mochi. When I talk about my doctor, that's my own family doctor that I have outside of Mochi. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes with the nausea, anti-nausea medication. I've been so proud of myself not being on medication. And now I feel like now I'm going to have this one, and then I may end up having to go on a blood pressure meds, because my blood pressure's been really high for the past month or so. And I don't know. I was talking to my daughter about it. She's like, "Well, Mom, it's stress and this and that." And I'm like, I don't want to take it, but I will. I mean, I'm not stupid. I'm not like, well, I'm so proud I could say I'm not on any prescription medications for health. For up here, it's a different story, but I don't want to be that kind of person where I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to take it, so I can say I don't take any meds. No, I'm not stupid. I'll take something if I need to. I'm hoping with the rest of this weight coming off, that if I do go on blood pressure medication again, that I will eventually come off of it again. So does that make sense? So I did exercise twice this week. I don't have it here. I have it downstairs. I have one of those things you put on. It looks like a hula hoop, but it's close to your waist. And then it has a little weight, and you do the hula hoop thing to get that weight going. I've seen them around and it looked kind of like fun. So I've been kind of playing with that. So I've done that twice. And then I'm also doing my resistance bands. It's nice because they fold up. They're nice and small. I could pull them out, use them. I got a video. I just do workout in my office. So it works out good. Mood, other than being sick, it's been pretty good. So upcoming appointments. Since I just saw the shot doctor yesterday, I will not see them until like the first week of March. It's every 2 to 3 months that you have to see them. You could see them more often if something comes up. There's even a direct number to her, like, okay, I'm having a problem now, I want to talk to her now. They usually get back to you pretty quick. I've never really had to do that. I kind of like to say, tell me what I need to know and what I need to look out for, and then if I need something, I'll let you know. And I usually don't. I'm kind of self-sufficient that way. I don't need a lot of hand-holding. It's like, tell me what I need to do, and then I'll go do it. So I think I see my nutritionist again. It's funny. She told me, she goes, schedule me for a week out. This is why I like my nutritionist so much. I just love her. Is that she said, I know you've been struggling, because I had a little bit of a problem over the weekend. She's like, look, set an appointment for a week to see me. If you feel like you're doing pretty good, cancel that and move it out a week, and then we'll just do that. So it's like, okay. So since I feel like I'm doing better and I'm right back where I should be, excuse me, that I went ahead and moved it out. I was hoping to get, ends up being like the first week of February, and I'm going to be out of town after that. So I was kind of like trying to figure out when I was going to scooch her in. So I see her the 3rd of February. So that's my next appointment with her. I do see my regular family doctor about the blood pressure thing. March, I see her March 14th. So it's funny because I have a little, see, I got my Dr. Now sticker. I had a little I put this in a while ago. Goal 205. Actually, I looked back on this and I had goal for when I go see her at 220. And I'm like, I'm there. I'm going to see if I can make it 205. So it's, I mean, if I don't make it, it's fine. It's just one of those mental, hey, let's see if I can do that. So I think, I'm trying to think of when I saw her last. Gosh, it was September? It was September. Hang on one second. Okay. Just looked it up in my old calendar. That's why I like writing stuff down and keeping track of this, because I know when I talk to my nutritionist, I'm like, we talked on this date and I was this weight. And she's like, boy, you're just right on top of it. So September 12th, I saw her and my weight was 235. So as of right now, I'm down 15 from then. So, I mean, that would be nice if I could be down, what, 30 pounds? I don't know. It's hard. I you know, they say, well, make goals and do this and do that. And it's like, well, that sounds great, but I don't want to overly put pressure on myself. And I don't know how my body is going to lose. So I don't know. So that's a whole thing. So yeah. So that's where I'm at, basically. I don't know if I mentioned this last time. I'm going to mention it real quick. I know, I'm like 21 minutes already. I have seen places go around that they travel from one place to another and they do different kinds of medical things. And one is for ultrasound. They do it for your, like in your neck, for your aorta of your heart, and somewhere else. There's like 4 places they check to see if, you know, you're going to have any kind of issue or any kind of blockage. And I've seen these places all the time, and one popped up, and they're coming to town in March, so I went ahead and thought I'd sign up for that. So it was like $149 or $159, and you could have them do blood work or a whole bunch of other stuff. I already do all that with my doctor, and I keep track of that with her, but I thought it would be nice to, you know, make sure everything's where it should be and nothing's ready to happen or whatever. So I figure, why not? It was worth it to me to do that. I don't know. It's just this last 6 months and the last year and a half with things I've gone through that I'm finally this year and in the last 6 months, I'm like, I got to take care of myself. So, you know, doing all these appointments, taking care of my weight. I did all my blood work with my doctor. I got my MRI breast exam. I went to the dentist. I'm going back to the dentist. I got new glasses. What else? What else have I done? It's like, you know, when you just go to the car place and they put you up on the lift and take a look around, make sure everything's good. So, oh, and my colonoscopy, all that stuff, I've been like, I'm not putting off anything else. I am making sure that I'm taking care of myself. And that's very important to me. I have a lot of people that love me and I love them, and I want to keep doing what I'm doing as long as I can do it. And there's so much in this world that is completely out of your control. And there's only so much you can do about that, but you can do things about what you can do about. You know what I mean? So, all that to say, that is my wrap up. Good Lord. 23, almost 24 minutes. So if you made it to the end, good golly. I always say that because I'm amazed that people want to listen to this. But I think if you're on the medication or you're thinking about the medication, I think you need some solid answers. I think you need some ideas, and you want to know the good, bad, and the ugly. And I know there are people that would rather have their leg cut off than to be nauseous. They can't stand being nauseous. And I've told people, and I've said here, that if that is a point where you're like, nope, then I just don't think these meds are for you. It is a lot of nausea. And I know there's people that, like, they would rather do anything to avoid feeling like that. And I agree. But I don't know. It's like you get the good, but you got to take a little bit of the bad. And there's always a weighing out of things. And So far, it makes sense for me to continue on this. Maybe I'll feel different in a month. Maybe I won't. But I can honestly say, trying to lose weight this time, I actually feel like I'm going to get there this time. And I've never had that feeling before. I've always thought, well, let's try this and see, what the heck, let's try it and see what happens. And then, you hit those inevitable bumps in the road, and that's when you make that, I ate this bad meal. Okay, I'm just going to eat whatever I want for the rest of the day. Oh, I didn't eat great yesterday. I'll just eat bad today. Oh, I'll get back on Monday. I'll get back next Monday. It ends up with this snowball effect. And I don't know if that's true for you, but I know that's true for me. So definitely just staying the course. If you have a little bump up in weight, I tell myself, who knows what it's for? Just keep doing what you're doing and you will get the results. Maybe not in the manner or the time you want it to be, but it's coming. It's coming. So next week, be week 30. I can't believe I've been doing this since July. It's crazy. Time is going to pass whether you do something about your weight or not. So why don't you do something about it? And why don't you do what's best for you? Next year is going to be here, whether you make a change now or you don't. Don't you want to be in a better spot then? I don't know. That's just my way of thinking. So I guess that's all that I have. If you made it this far, good gracious, I appreciate you. Put a little drink emoji down in the comments. It can be an adult beverage, or it could be, looks like a little protein shake. That's great. Then I will know you guys made it all the way through, and I truly, truly appreciate that. Again, I know there's so much to watch on YouTube, and there's so much to see, and so many things are demanding your attention, and for you to spend 27 minutes and 3 seconds with me is very much appreciated. So I guess I'll see you guys next week, and until then, bye!